From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolany TV.
And welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers game previews here on Dolany TV. As today, guys, it is an all-important, all-pivotal match. To any hope the Oilers have at the playoffs, tonight is a game that by all means is a must-win. However, the problem is, yeah, you know that 97 dude that rocks an Oilers jersey and wears the C for us, he's not in the lineup for the next two games. That means tonight and against Nashville on Monday, so the Ducks may be getting a little bit of an easier competition against the Oilers tonight without Connor McDavid in the lineup. But I mean, the Ducks also dealing with some injuries. I believe from everything I've heard, Ryan Getzlaf is going to be closer to a game-time decision. Let me see if I can find anything on Twitter real quick here. Ryan Getzlaf, day-to-day with an upper body, so that was 20 hours ago, not in lineup versus Calgary, so we'll see where he suits up this evening, if indeed it is against the Oilers, or he takes another night off. So for the Ducks, that's a hard blow, but that's exactly what the Oilers need, right? If you're going to lose Ryan Getzlaf, as the Ducks have, their captain, and we're without our captain, maybe it's a little bit more equal of a fight. And the Ducks, this is where it gets a little bit fun, guys. This is the fun mess that is the Western Conference wildcard run. Right now, the Oilers 56 points. Minnesota's got 64. Then it goes Colorado 63. Now keep in mind, Minnesota plays tomorrow. Colorado plays today against Nashville, so Nashville could help us out. Vancouver plays the New York Islanders. Chicago plays Dallas tomorrow. So a couple of, right, there's a lot of games, and then you get all the way down into the standings there into the basement at the 7 and 8 mark, and Edmonton versus Anaheim is your marquee matchup this evening in the wild card race, because that team will now be sole leader of 7th place. That's kind of the thing, sole leader of 7th place. And with Minnesota not moving and with the Colorado loss, the worst team would only be with it being Anaheim. If they get the 2 points and Minnesota loses, that's only 5 points. If we get the win, then it's only 6, right? Obviously, the math is still there for the Oilers to get this job done. Problem is, as I said, without McDavid, it's a tall task. However, what I said this morning in my video about Colby Cave and Sam Gagner, we saw Colby Cave take on a lot bigger of a role against Arizona without Connor McDavid in the lineup due to illness. So that is one I'm looking for him to come in and succeed, maybe get a point or two. Sam Gagner, obviously I haven't been able to find anything about the lines, or I would have started with that, because that's usually where I start without Connor McDavid, is what the lines are going to look like. But Connor McDavid, I think, is a big loss to this lineup. However, you look at it this way, you've got Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins down the middle. That's one thing that the reporters put to Ken Hitchcock in his interview pregame today, and Ken Hitchcock said it very simply: you just need everybody to keep giving 100%. Now, not 110, not 120. If everybody gives 100% tonight, this is a game the Oilers can win. So what I'd be doing if I'm the Oilers, if I'm Ken Hitchcock, you throw out a top line of Draisaitl, Gagner, and Kassian. Kassian's been absolutely lighting it up on that top line. I mean, in Kassian terms, not in Draisaitl McDavid terms, but I hope you guys can differentiate what I mean by lighting it up when it comes to Zack Kassian. He is now 16 points on the year, 8 goals, 8 assists, only 2 points back of Oscar Klefbom for 6th on the list in team points. So, right? He's 7th. That's not bad. He's actually currently tied with Adam Larson. So for Zack Kassian, Sam Gagner, if he gets a crack up there with Leon Draisaitl, who, as we all know, really was the most dominant Oiler out there against Arizona when it came down to losing to them. So right there, that's another positive. Sam Gagner, he's got a goal as an Oiler. He's feeling confident again, so maybe a little bit something positive to come from that. That could be huge. That could be good. Pardon me as I'm just going to grab my cat so that you guys don't have to listen to her scratching on the door this whole time. So, simple, right? That top line, that makes sense. Nuge, I'd flank him with, honestly, at times, if you're going to mix up lines, if you're going to have Brad Malone in at center tonight and have Brodziak in there as well, I'd throw Colby Cave up there on his wing just to get him some extra offensive playing time. really a big fan of what Cave's been doing the past 3 to 4 games, so that would not hurt Cave's game at all, I don't think, and that would also give the Oilers the second center option on that second line tonight. And then you go throw out, I don't know, you throw a Reeder, you throw a Lucic, you basically from here on out, it's throw out whoever you want. My pick, though, honestly, just get him more playing time. This is a situation in which Josh Curry is going to get more playing time. Throw Josh Curry out there for a couple of shifts, see what he can do, see what he can create with Nugent Hopkins and Cave. If you are going with Lucic and Reeder on the second line with Nuge to start, but then you throw Cave out there, throw Josh Curry out there as well. See what happens. The worst at this point that can happen is positive, because we've had enough negative in the past couple of weeks here that it's not a good thing to have more negative. And if you're just going to throw guys out there who aren't going to perform, at least try something else. And that's, I guess, what Ken Hitchcock's philosophy with blending the lines as much has been. But you want to also be cautious not to do that too much tonight, because you do that too much tonight, it's going to be an easy matchup game for a team like Anaheim, right? Anaheim has great shutdown lines. They can really hurt you. I mean, the goaltending's not as bad as it seems in Anaheim, right? John Gibson, an absolute beauty. So, right, you don't want to be blending it too much, but you also don't want to be going stagnant, if you know what I mean. Obviously, I'm a fan of blending the lines when you have to, but at the same rate, you don't want to sit here and not stir the pot too little, almost, is what I'm trying to say. So for the Oilers, it's going to be a tough one. However, let's go make sure I'm not missing anything here, because there's still a couple of things. We did have the statement from Bob Nicholson, the group CEO and vice chair of the Oilers. However, you got to remember that he's also director of hockey operations, or whatever title, president of hockey operations, pardon me. Took over from Peter Shirley when Keith Gretzky became the interim GM, and he's very easy. We are highly disappointed in the NHL's decision to suspend Connor McDavid for 2 games. Pretty simple there, Bob. We strongly disagree with the decision. It is difficult for our team and most of our fans to accept at this critical point in the year. We will unequivocally support Connor as he explores his options. Well, honestly, what are you going to do? What's Connor McDavid going to do? Appeal a suspension and hopefully play against Nashville just to have to sit out the next game? It doesn't make sense to appeal during the weekend leading up into trade deadline. So I'm fine with Connor McDavid being out at this point. We don't have anything, but yeah, it's tough. And for Zack Kassian, I mean, go to the next tweet down. The whole world knows he's not going out there to hurt people. He's a world-class player and a world-class person. Zack Kassian defending his teammate, and Zach's being the glue guy. That's what I mean. Zack Kassian getting some points, being the glue guy. That is all important. So for the Oilers tonight, one thing that really needs to happen is a guy like Darnell Nurse needs to step up, play some proper defense, and play some offensive hockey as well. Stay at the blue line, shoot that puck as hard as possible on net. And tonight, same thing as it always is without McDavid, same thing as it always is with McDavid. Traffic in front, get bodies crashing and banging. That's one thing I've really liked about Colby Cave. One thing that frees up Sam Gagner to rip him from the half wall. And things are going to go right if you crash and bang and basically just abuse poor old... If it is John Gibson tonight, I don't know who's going to be in net for the Anaheim Ducks tonight. Let's go find out. As you see, game day preview, and Rowney. We have Carter Rowney. That's Horn. Okay, so not much going on Ducks Twitter. Let's go to Ducks NHL website here, and tonight, let's see. Including shutout victories on February 13th. All right. Don't need that. Carter Rowney was pleased with the performance. Kevin Boyle will likely get the start in goal. So Kevin Boyle to get the start in goal for the Ducks. See, that's how much I said. The Ducks are a hurting unit, and I'm not sure what's going on. John Gibson isn't even in the team, as Ryan Miller turned away 26 shots against the Flames last night. So Kevin Boyle gets the start, guys. This actually just made me feel a lot worse about tonight's game. I like us against starters. I do not like the Oilers against backup goaltenders. Kevin Boyle could just come in there and absolutely steal another game for a team, and that's just the way the Oilers seem to play. They cannot play the backup to the backup or the backup of the, you know what I mean? It is just an absolute disaster every time the Oilers go out to play a backup. Guys, I'm Tyson. This has been Dolany TV. Let me know your thoughts on tonight's game in the comments section down below. As always, I will catch you in the next one.